All right, so previously we've looked at division by polynomial division, but we've looked at dividing by a linear factor. We're now looking at division by quadratics. So if we have a polynomial px and it's divided by a quadratic, this is just a general form, ax squared plus bx plus c, then we get, similar to the dividing by linear, we have our polynomial by our divisor is going to equal our quotient plus our remainder. Now, rather than being a constant, is actually a function. It's a linear function, and we have some constant times our variable plus a constant. All right, the remainder will be linear if e does not equal 0. If we have an e value in front, it's a linear factor. The constant will be just a constant remainder if we have e equals 0. So let's look at one of these examples here. We've got, for example, find the quotient and remainder for x to the power of 4 plus 4x cubed minus x plus 1 all over x squared minus x plus 1. And hence write in the form qx times, now rather than putting the divisor there, I've put I've put it in its form, x squared minus x plus 1, and then I've gone here plus the remainder. So let's get started here. So our divisor is x squared minus x plus 1, and we're dividing it into this form here, which is x to the power of 4 plus 4x cubed minus x plus 1. So our first step here is to consider, we've got to consider this x to the 4. So we've got x squared. So what times x squared will give us x to the 4, and we should hopefully arrive at, that will be x squared. Oh, hang on, I have stuffed up here. So here, I'm actually going to drag this along purely because it's better to have the columns, and I've got 0x squared, meaning I don't have an x squared in here. Okay, now, from what we just said, if I go back here, x squared times something gives me x to the 4, it's going to be x squared. So we put our x squared up in the x squared column up here. And now our next line of working, we're going to go, well, x squared, because I'll highlight this. This is from this value here. And then we have times x squared minus x plus 1. And then this, we're going to take this, the expansion here, realistically, this times our divisor is going to give us all the terms that are in our polynomial that relate to this. So we have to take them out of our original polynomial. It'll make more sense at the end. So x squared times x squared gives us x to the 4, and then x squared times x gives us negative x cubed, and then x times 1, our final term there, x squared times 1 gives us just x squared. Oh, and I'm not quite in line. So now we take our terms off. So x to the power of 4 minus x to the 4 gives us 0. 4x cubed minus x cubed gives us 5x cubed. Now it's a positive because I've got the negative and negative that I would multiply. And then 0x squared minus x squared gives me negative x squared. All right. Now, I'm going to just bring this term down as well. So minus x. All right. So now we've got x squared times what gives me 5x cubed. It's going to be plus 5. So plus 5x. All right. So next term down here, we've got 5x times x squared minus x plus 1. And so this is going to give us minus 5x cubed and then minus 5x squared. So 5x times negative x and then plus 5x. All right, same move again. We're going to go 5x cubed minus 5x cubed gives us 0. Negative x squared minus 5x squared is going to be plus 5x squared. So negative x squared plus 5x squared gives us 4x squared. And then negative x minus 5x gives us negative 6x. All right, and then we're going to drag this 1 down, so we've got plus 1. All right, final step here. So we've got x, so I should have linked those two. Let's change color. We'll do yellow, so 5x linked with 5x. All right, and our next one here is going to be what times x squared times what will give me 4x squared. It's going to be times 4, so let's do a plus 4 at the top here. And that is going to mean that down here we're looking at 4x squared minus x plus 1. And this relates to, let's change color again. Let's pick a nice green. Plus 4, plus 4. All right, so when we expand this out, we've got negative 4x squared, and then take 4x, and then we've got 4 times 1 plus 4. All right, so this then gives us 4x squared minus 4x squared gives us 0, negative 6x plus 4x, or take 4x. So that's going to be negative 2x. And then 1 take 4 gives us negative 3. Okay, so now we've found our remainder. So we have this function here. So we have x to the power of 4 plus 4x cubed minus x plus 1 over our divisor, which was x squared minus x plus 1 is going to equal our quotient, which is this value at the top. This is our quotient. So that's going to give us x squared plus 5x plus 4. And our remainder here is negative 2x negative 3 all over our divisor, which is x squared minus x plus 1. Now, that's pretty much we've done here. We've got the division done to the polynomial, but if I was going to explain this in a different term, I'm just going to rearrange quickly. X4 plus 4x cubed minus x plus 1 equals, now our divisor, I'm just going to put this here, x squared minus x plus 1, and then this is multiplied by x squared plus 5x plus 4, which is our quotient. Now, if you notice here, I'm just going to I'll use a pink here. This x squared times x squared, can I just erase that? Yeah, okay. This x squared here, if we're going to think about an expansion, is times by this term, and this term, which if you look here, I've done it the wrong way around. Sorry, my brain. Oh, let's just quickly flip that around. Okay, sorry. So this term here, this x squared in the 5x, okay, this one here is multiplied by this, and this. That's this step here. Now, in the next bit down, we have the 5x. We multiply it by, looks very similar. Let's pick it, maybe grey. This one here goes multiplied these 3 terms again, and that's this step here. And then our final one, which is here, I know I used green previously, that 4 is multiplied by this all here. So that's sort of how it builds up, is it goes, well, we pull these terms out one at a time, and we multiply them to divide, like we can sort of think of it backwards in a division sort of thing. So as we picked, so in this step before, we sort of go, well, this whole thing divided by this term, and we work out what it gives us, and we take that away from the original polynomial, and it steps us through. All right, thanks for that. Bye.